Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being on my channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. For those of you who love trading the pound US dollar, this strategy is for you and works amazingly well. I have back tested this strategy since 2022 and it has almost 100% accuracy, which is pretty awesome. So I know you guys are going to love this strategy and I hope you guys use it today because tonight, well, my time at 2 o'clock in the morning, there's going to be a GDP report release, and you can use this strategy tonight, and you can also use it moving forward because this strategy works amazingly well, and I'm going to show you guys that in this video. Let's get into it. Okay, so the very first thing we're going to look at is my supply and demand indicator or my setup. This gives me a visual of like banks and big buy or sell orders. So I love getting a good visual from here, just as my starting point for the trades that I look at. And you can see here with the British pound US dollar, we're looking at the daily time frame. We can see that both of my indicators are saying that it's going to be it's a massive selling opportunity, which is pretty awesome. The British pound US dollar has already had its highest point already, and now it's looking like it's going to be on a steady downtrend for a while. And even though the British pound US dollar has had a nice move already, there's still plenty of room for the British pound US dollar to go down. A lot of times when people see a big drop like this, they think, okay, no, it has to be at a high or a very low level of support. Therefore, it has to come up. But that's just not true. When we look at this, we can see several times that the pound US dollar has dropped down to 1.2706. So, we still have about 200 pips, give or take, that this price can still drop from the current price. So a lot of traders will be looking at this on the 15-minute time frame. And if you look at it from the 15-minute time frame, if you don't have this type of setup, all you're seeing, okay, a support zone here, a support zone here. Okay, so the pound US dollar is probably headed for a bullish move. But I'm going to show you guys some awesome tricks in this video where you're going to see like, oh, wow, I understand what's about to happen. And you're going to see just how much the pound US dollar can potentially fall. And we still have about 3 hours before that news comes out, but it could still fall all day tomorrow. So this is still a great opportunity to get in. And we're looking at, let's see, high points 22,274. So this is a pretty good time to get in. The pullbacks shouldn't be minimal. We shouldn't see any changes of character, meaning we shouldn't see this resistance level being broken. So this is a great time to get into some shorts on the pound US dollar. So even on the 15-minute time frame, for me, this looks pretty good. I love it when both of my indicators are saying the exact same thing. That means there's no conflicts between my strategies. If we look at it on the 1 hour time frame, again, this is a beautiful setup. For those of you who understand break of structure and change of character, this is a beautiful setup for us right here because we see this low, we see this high, we see a higher low, but then we see right here, we have a change of character because the price, broke this lower level. And then we also see that there is a little bit of a pullback as well, which is nice because anytime you have a change of character, you never want to sell on the lowest point. You want to wait for the pullback and then go ahead and place your sales. So this is looking pretty juicy. I like this setup very much. And then if we look at it on the 4-hour time frame, um, this is just a perfect break of structure here. We have a high, we have a low, we have lower highs, we have lower lows. I mean, this is just everything that you want to see when you're selling a currency pair in a downtrend. So this is the first secret that I'm giving you guys, what's going to happen with the pound US dollar. Now I want to show you guys another cool tip that's going to help you trade the GDP report on the pound US dollar. Okay, guys. All right. So let's get into tip number 2. And I definitely recommend always having forexfactory.com up. The link is right here up above me. And this helps you a lot when it comes to trades and being on the lookout for any unexpected movements. So every day that I trade, and even when I'm not trading, I always have this up so that I can be aware of what is happening in the market. So once you have your calendar open, you go down to the date that you want to that you're trading. And for me in the US, it's going to be the 10th of November, Friday, and it's going to be at 2 o'clock in the morning. I think if you live in Europe, I think it's probably around 8 or 9 in the morning. But for us in the US on Eastern Standard Time, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. And you want to click on the envelope. All right, so once you click on the envelope, uh, and you can click on more and you can see more dates. But this is a very awesome tool to use because it's very effective. So every time there's been a prediction of 0.0% for the growth for GDP, look what has happened. So we're going to go down and we're going to look at 0.00%, a negative 0.3. See another one, 0.0, negative 0.1%. Oh yeah, so we have 3. So we have this one right here, and we have this one right here, and we have this right here. So we can already see since May 12th of 2022, every single time there's been a 0% growth prediction, there has been a negative result for GDP. And every single time that has happened, you have seen a major drop on the pound US dollar. So, and it works the same for good news. So every time that there's been good news on the GDP for the pound US dollar, the pound US dollar went up. So now we can go to our trading view real quick. And then we're going to look at the accuracy of this. So what we want to do is we want to always test it. So I don't like believing in anything unless I have absolute proof that it actually works. So if we go to the date, so this is the pound US dollar on the daily time frame. And we're going to toggle back and we're going to look at, okay, so on the 13th of September was the last time that there was bad news. We can use the daily time frame to go back to the 13th of October. And you can see here, the price opened right around here, 1.21717. There was a bit of a pullback. And this move probably happened before the report happened. But then after the report happened, there was a major drop. And you can see here, this red candle was a sign that there was a major drop on the pound US dollar. And you guys can backtest this as far as you want, as you want. But every single time that there is bad news on the GDP for pound US dollar, the price always drops. Okay. Now, just looking at this from a different perspective, So I already showed you guys my supply and demand indicators. So you guys saw how that setup was very bearish. Now, with this setup here, we can see here that the price on the pound US dollar has already hit its peak. So this right here was supposed to be like the highest point. There was a little bit of a pullback here, but then you see the market corrected itself and it continued down this downtrend. So we are looking at a major selling opportunity on the pound US dollar. And once this DPO breaks the zero line, it's going to trigger a sell signal, which is just going to make it even stronger of a selling opportunity. So we could be looking at a move between 100 to 200 pips that could start as early as tomorrow morning on the pound US dollar, which is a nice opportunity. And this could also be a sign that the US dollar will be bullish as well, which means we can see more opportunities on selling gold, selling the Euro US dollar, the Australian US dollar, the New Zealand US dollar. So I don't like to be too aggressive towards the end of the week. However, there's a lot of great opportunities coming up that you can take advantage of. So for me, I am bearish on the pound US dollar, and the news on the GDP is going to kick it in high motion. And this area of support that a lot of traders are looking at, there's going to be a lot of traders who are looking for maybe buying opportunities, which is just going to make it nice because there's so many people that think the market is rigged and they're going to be buying anyway because they're trading off of support and resistance. And for a lot of people, they think the pound US dollar has already reached its lowest point. If you go to a shorter time frame, like the 1 hour, you can see here, this looks like a very strong support zone. And depending on what setups you have, you might be saying, oh, well, okay, there's some bullish momentum building, but really, this isn't legit. And for experienced traders, you can kind of read these things. So if you're paying attention to what the big money is doing, like I showed you guys earlier, if you are paying attention to what typically happens every single time there is a 0% prediction on the GDP growth for the British pound, and you factor in all these different things, then you have a very clear picture as to what is going to happen. And that's the big difference between professional traders and novice traders. Novice traders don't know to look at more aspects of the market. They just focus on just one part of it and they end up missing things. So I hope that people who are watching this video will want to join me in my private group and also part of my Forex program. I do one-on-one mentorship and I have a complete Forex program. So when you work with me, you are working directly with me. You can communicate with me through Messenger all throughout the day, and we can work together to give you a plan on what you want to do with your Forex trading career. All right, guys, that's it for today. And I will see you guys next week with some more videos. And if you haven't already, make sure you jump in on gold, because gold is another huge selling opportunity. We can see that drop into the 1800s. So that price pattern is still intact. Check out my recent video before this one, and you can get some good ideas on that one as well. Please ask me any questions that you have, and I look forward to seeing you guys in my program. And thank you for checking out this video. Please like and subscribe, and you guys have a great day and a very awesome weekend, and take care.